Greetings, good morning from Bologna Centrale in the northern area of Bologna, Italy. Today we are taking a ride on the Frecciarossa out to Venice on one of the newer ETR 1000 train sets. Our day begins quite early at Bologna Centrale, with the exact time being around 7:30 a.m., giving us about half an hour to spare before our train's departure. Bologna Centrale serves a number of trains to many different places, including the Frecciarossa and Italo high-speed trains, as well as the Marconi Express to the airport. The station was quite crowded when we arrived, which made sense seeing as it was around 7:30 as stated before, which is towards the start of the morning rush hour. The departure screen currently shows that our train will be arriving soon, so without any further ado, we can follow the tunnels down towards the tracks. The tracks in the station are scattered a bit, with some located on top of the ground while others are located underground. Our train will be stopping on one of the underground tracks, which are about 2 levels down from where we are now, and thus, finding an escalator, we can proceed downwards. By the time we had gotten down to the platform, our train had a little bit of yet to arrive, giving us a bit of time to pass before boarding. Displayed here on the platform is a map of the train station, showing writing translations of both Italian and English, as well as directions to both Milan, where I came from to get here, and to Rome, Italy's capital city. While we wait, another Frecciarossa high-speed train arrives on the track across from where our train will arrive. This one is one of the older ETR 500s, like the one on my last ride on the Frecciarossa from a few weeks ago. The ETR 500s were first built in late 2005 and early 2006, used on various Italian high-speed train routes, before being purchased by Frecciarossa in 2008. Soon after, an Italo high-speed train pulls in on the other side of the platform. Before long, our train finally pulls up to the platform and we can soon get into the boarding line for our ride to Venice. Our train soon comes to a full halt and we can climb aboard. Just like my last ride on Frecciarossa, I'm once again traveling in business class for our ride to Venice, but this time I'll be seated at a table instead of a standard one. While we await to get moving, the Italo high-speed train that had arrived just a bit ago pulls out on the other track, continuing on its way. Soon, it's our turn to get moving, our train pulling out of Bologna Centrale, beginning to make its way towards Venice. We soon exit the underground tunnels and out into the early morning, the sun rising as our train picks up speed. As we speed across the Italian countryside, let's see what the table seating is like. There's a decent amount of space to the seat across from you, allowing you to stretch out and sit comfortably, but it's never a good idea to do so if a passenger is sitting across from you. For extra capacity, the table can fold out, which provides for a little bit of extra space. In the center of the table is a small trash can, which comes in handy if you have waste from snacks or drinks. Just like on my previous business class ride on Frecciarossa, the padding on the seat is quite thick and comfy, and combine that with the large headrest, it makes for an ideal place to relax on the journey. In addition, the seat back can recline quite far using this button here, and thanks to the extra legroom, it doesn't intrude on the passenger space behind you as much as it would on a regular coach. One slight downgrade of the 1000 from the 500 is that there's no button to control the curtains, which means that they have to be moved by hand. Last but not least, a few power outlets are found right between the seats, which comes in handy in case passengers need to charge devices. Overall, it's certainly a business class seat that can suffice quite well for our ride. Only a few minutes after departure, our attendant stopped by to give us a few bottles of water, which was nice and refreshing and helped me get myself moving having woken up so early. As we head through the open fields, our train gradually picks up speed as the morning drags on. The ETR 1000 train set has a top speed of almost 250 miles per hour, which is a good 30 miles per hour faster than the ETR 500's top speed of 220 miles an hour. However, despite being able to go faster, the 1000 is only able to go at 186 miles an hour in commercial service, which is about 4 miles per hour slower than the 500's commercial service top speed. And while that doesn't sound like much, it really isn't much of an upgrade considering the enhancements of the 1000. Ferrara is our first stop en route. As with just about everything on this ride, the stop is fast and efficient, and after picking up a few passengers, we're back on the move. After Ferrara, it's back out into the countryside, our train rushing at high speed. While I didn't have anything to measure it, it seemed clear that we were going at triple-digit speed, and possibly that 186 mile per hour limit. Let's take a moment to enjoy the sheer speed of our train. If you're enjoying our ride on the Frecciarossa so far, I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button down below, as it's a great way to help support the channel and the content I produce. I'd also like to say a huge thank you to all the considerable growth on this channel in recent times, as it's a true motivation for me to keep making great content. If you haven't, I also recommend to you rail fans checking out my second channel, as there's a link below. There's a lot of cool stuff coming up on this channel, so stick around if you want to see it. Anyways, back to the trip. One thing I didn't cover on my last ride was the bathrooms, so now would be a good time to check them out. The bathrooms are located towards the end of each car, with one found on each side of the hallway. The bathroom itself is overall extremely clean, with just enough space to properly use it. Despite the room itself being usable, one thing wasn't cooperating on this ride, and that was the sink. No matter how many times I tried to put my hand under it, it just wouldn't work, and didn't even let out a drop. I'm not sure why it wasn't working, perhaps a clogged pipe or an empty tank, but it's what it is. The toilet, which is really just exposed steel, is flushed using the black button, and while I didn't test it, I wouldn't be surprised if it would be rather loud when flushing, so you may want to cover your ears. As with many bathrooms, a small trash can can be found just below the sink to get rid of waste after using it. Finally, a baby care table is stored up in the wall here, and a 20-volt European-style outlet is found right next to the door. Other than the sink not working, it's an overall nice and functional facility. Our approach into Venice is marked by our crossing of the Liberty Bridge, which straddles the Venetian lagoon. Designed by Eugenio Miozzi, the bridge opened in 1933, designed to connect the Venetian islands with mainland Italy. Today, it connects the two, carrying both road and railway traffic about 2.4 miles across the lagoon. The docks and canals of Venice come into view on the other side. Unlike many other cities, Venice doesn't use cars, instead using boats to get around with networks of canals around the city instead of roads. After crossing the lagoon, we make our way off the bridge, and before long, our train makes its final approach into Venezia S. Luca station. With our train now stopped, we can grab our luggage and step off the train into Venice. As I made my way into the station, I was hoping to get better looks at our beautiful ETR 1000, but due to the station being rather crowded, it was rather hard to do so. Hopefully, I'll be able to ride these trains again in the future, and maybe get better views of the train then. At this point, my camera was unfortunately almost dead, and thus, I was unable to record my return trip back to Bologna later in the day. In the next video, I'll be down in Florence to take a ride on Italo, the other Italian high-speed train, and see how it compares to the Frecciarossa. Anyways, if you enjoy my videos, I suggest clicking a like and subscribing to the channel if you haven't. I'd also like to say a huge thank you to the considerable growth on this channel in recent times, as it's a true motivation for me to keep making great content like this. There's a lot of cool stuff coming up in the future, so stick around if you want to see it. Anyways, that concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed the ride, and I will see you all next time. Take care.